Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see.
Now Castillo throwing on first down. And incomplete to open things up. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Castillo. That's into the hands of Akers, complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Here's Castillo on first down. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Castillo looking to throw on 2nd down. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 37. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the handoff, running left is Akers. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Castillo now to throw on 2nd down. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
That's multiple times now. He's tagged him with a big gain with his legs. Really showing off some nice awareness and the ability to correctly realize when he's got a chance to tuck it and go himself.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down. He'll buy some time right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. The kick by Elliott is good. And the opening drive for the Dolphins yields 3.
All in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I think they'll have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well. So your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
So here are the Commanders making their way out. And they will be led out by the youngster, the rookie, their QB.
For every rookie prospect, there are always nerves involved in this moment. Running your team out to start a game. But there's a reason they brought him in. We're willing to make him their starter today. They believe he can overcome those nerves and lead his team to a victory. We saw him do it at the collegiate level and really make himself into a leader and someone you can envision doing the exact same thing here in the NFL.
Got this complete to Jahan Dotson.
Now the ball comes loose, and this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
To throw is Castillo. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw.
He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Castillo. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the Commanders are going to get the football back at their own 17.
I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2.
They fumbled the last time they had the football. Fortunate that it only led to a field goal. 3-0 the score as they start 1st and 10.
Here's Gibson to start the drive. Past the 20 for a short gain, 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Gibson again.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
13 yards there on a Washington first.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well.
We'll get an update when we come back to Miami.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10.
Following the fumble recovery, Castillo.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
That's out to the flat for Akers.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers.
And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. On 1st and goal, they'll try the option left. A solid move on the run, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line. Down at the 2.
On 2nd and goal, here's the option.
And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. A great effort there. Scoring on a 2-yard keeper. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
Partner, wasn't that long ago that when I talked to these NFL coaches about different innovations in the college game, you can see their eyes roll and they just shut down right away. Don't bring me that joke college stuff. Well, guess what? The college game has definitely infiltrated its way into the NFL.
Yeah, it's these guys, when you're seeing the option defensively, you got to stick to your assignments. I know that's cliche. They didn't do it there.
And option football means exactly what you just talked about. Assignment football for defenders. And that drives them crazy because you have to think your way through a play as opposed to just reacting and making the play.
Elliott good on the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. They showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate. But a nice carry. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches here. Back to throw here. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. First time that they've called his number tonight, and it gets him a first down.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson gets hit, and he fumbles it.
And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. And now 3 drives, 3 fumbles.
What's amazing about it is when we go around and watch practices, how many times do we see them put that sleeve over a football now to make it more slippery and hard to handle? It's almost like they're playing with that sleeve on the ball right now. Was it 3 drives?
Yep.
3 fumbles?
3 fumbles.
It's time to change our luck some way, somehow. Focus, concentration, you'll hear those words on the bench in a big way right now.
From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Here's 2nd and 8.
That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up first downs.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
Operating from the gun, Castillo. That's complete right around the 8. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
Chase Young
just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Well, we saw him score on the ground earlier in the ball game. This time, the defense says not so fast.
Yeah, that's good scouting and good awareness, isn't it? Because you always have to be wary of him keeping it himself, especially in this part of the field. Because if he doesn't like what he sees, you know he'll take off and try and go for it himself.
The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle.
Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Kelly is on for a field goal. A 22-yard attempt.
The kick by Elliott is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead.
So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, you know, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him. And that's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the 1st down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. He'll drop to throw. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Gibson here running out of the gun.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll drop to throw. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Gibson is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field.
We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
Jalen Phillips with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
And that's the kind of stand all defenses are seeking. 3rd and goal, backs against the wall, and they get a monster sack, and now they're going to force them into a field goal. For them, that's a win.
So on 4th down, Ron Rivera sends out the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is good. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. So the 3rd drives the charm. They are on the board, albeit with just a field goal.
Yeah, 3 points from 3 drives. That's not going to win you a whole lot of football games. Hopefully the fact they were able to move the ball a little bit can wake up their offense.
Fielded right around the 8. The Dolphins about set to go to work on offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that plan any down.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know. Defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. And he'll get this up to about the 40. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. Now Castillo to throw on 3rd down. He's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Quez Watkins, 60 yards. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers. That meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Elliott good with a PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And here we go on the next drive for Washington. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
A handoff for Gibson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. 2nd down at 6 now from the 42. They'll look to throw. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Just a yard to go here on second down. A give to Gibson running right. And he will get enough for a first down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. A throw over the middle taken in, and they're going to move it down inside the 25.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. 51 yards on the ground for him so far.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on second down. They hit him with a draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
Well, you know in today's NFL, most of the time on second and long when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are out in the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now back to throw. Being chased out left. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. Dancing, and the pressure gets to him again. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So on fourth down, Ron Rivera sends out the field goal unit. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will close the gap down to 14. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
This one fielded at the 5. The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. Here's Castillo throwing to start the drive. He'll dump this off to Akers. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. A final shot before break. Castillo. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. So the two teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami with the Dolphins on top. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and Ari. Looks like somebody's ready to begin the regular season, skipping over halftime here in the final game of the preseason. Third quarter, here we go.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
And he returns this to the 22. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Back to throw now on first down. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 46. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
As they started that drive, I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, this is a manageable deficit, guys, but let's go ahead and start cutting it down right here. Instead, an interception happened, so a 2-possession game might become 3. So as we get going here in the second half, this could rapidly reach the point where there isn't enough time left for a comeback if their defense doesn't bail them out.
So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Castillo on 1st and 10. He's got a man complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A gain of 39 that time.
But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to greenlight that type of a play call. I love their aggressiveness.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Akers. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. They'll go again here with Akers. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Operating from the gun, Castillo. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And it'll be 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try from the right hash, and this one just a chippy.
The kick by Elliott is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead.
Whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin the second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Dolphins have got it.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
Well, it reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On second down, a run with Gibson.
And a decent move, but brought down quickly just outside of the 5-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Over the middle, brought in by Dotson.
Well, they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's fourth down.
I don't know how many times, not just in our playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. Here's J.K. Scott now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Watch out for Hill on the return. And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yeah,
run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
No gain on the play. Brings up third down and 9.
Castillo now on third down.
Open man is Waddle, complete.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
They'll run on first down with Akers.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes, they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time, he used his quickness to make a play.
And they run the option on second down.
And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. To throw is Castillo. To throw on third down.
They'll set up the screen here to Akers. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Now Castillo throwing on first down, and he fires one incomplete. Third quarter from Miami. This is 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Castillo over the middle. He's got Watkins. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 29-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On the handoff, it's Akers.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Castillo.
Will get this to Akers out of the backfield.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Out of the gun now on third down. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So the call there, roughing the passer.
Well, preseason's time for working out the kinks, but sometimes you've got some defenders who are too eager to impress trying to make this team. And that time we saw one take a shot at the quarterback way too late.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Their mobile, agile quarterback, ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is now 24. So that one a long 11-play drive, and it was capped off by a 12-yard touchdown run. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away.
From the 6. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They're going to look to throw.
They'll set up the screen for Gibson.
So the screen good for only 2. Now it's third down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Able to connect with Dotson. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
Going right back to Dotson. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Mills again. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mills. Now swing pass for Dillon. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Throwing, Mills. And this is going to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
They'll run for it with Dillon.
And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short the line to gain. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down. The running game continues to be a big part of their success here early in the 4th quarter.
And with those types of runs, that tells you they feel very confident in their running game. They feel very strong at this stage of the contest, and they want to keep doing exactly what we saw there, running the ball down their throat.
Right back to him on 1st down.
And he'll get this to the 32. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry.
And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A Miami 1st down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Well, fans expect these primetime slots to deliver some of the best games each week. And, well, one team has certainly followed through with that tonight. Just an absolute clinic, Charles, on offense here. And they don't seem to be done trying to drive that football.
Yeah, and continue your theme about one team enjoying it. One fan base is enjoying it as well. The other fan base, they might disagree with what they've seen, but the one that's winning, they're certainly getting their money's worth.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And still about 3 yards shy of a 1st as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 55 rushing yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Brother, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. This offense 2 for 2 on third downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. The kick by Elliott is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they've had that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Commanders' offense returning to the field. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Mills now from the 50, and they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Complete to number 86. A gain of 9. And the Commanders first down.
Play fake, Mills.
And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaken up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Mills to the air again. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Mills.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins 16. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9. And they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Mills, 4th down, gotta have it.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out.
And the Dolphins defense is able to hold. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here.
And he'll have a Dolphins first down as the tackle made just shy of the 30.
I know we're in the era of wide open football, a lot of spread formations, more space. But there's still a spot for power football. We just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be